All right, we've gotten into the meat and potatoes. We got our first bite. It was a little bit spicier than most people were probably expecting. That's okay. Don't worry, just like the spiciness in real life, you get an acquired taste for it. You start handling more and more as we up the heat. All right, so remember, we got this if this A key is pressed, we are moving to the left. And you go over here in Unity, we push that play button, and voila, it happens. It's amazing. We have a video game. So let's actually try to play with this a little bit more though. Let's make some more stuff happen, right? So go back over here, and as a challenge to you as learning utensil, a good moment here. This is your opportunity. Trying to see if you can make this guy move right if you hit the D key. All right, pause the video here. Some of y'all might be not pausing right now and wondering why I'm trying to make you do this. I talked about this once before, but doing is the best way to learn. All right, if you're back and you were able or not able to figure it out, either way we are going to make this happen. You can literally just copy, Control C, Control V, paste, go D on this, and you can change this from a negative number to a positive number. That's one way to go about it. It's pretty fast. But just so we can walk through all the steps of what this code means, you wanted to say if I push the D key, then move the rigid body right. So if, now anytime you do an if, you have to put parentheses because that's how it knows what's going on. So anything within this parentheses is the criteria. This is like if you do things, right? So when I say I push the D key, right? So in order to check like if the D key is being pushed, you have to check with the input class, right? Input, he's in charge. You go, hey friend input, is the D key getting pressed? So input goes, okay, let me check that. That's how you just dot right here. He's going, I'm gonna check that right now. Let me get that information for you. Get key, this is a method. And then the key doesn't know which key to press. So the input goes, okay, get key. What's happening over there? Is it getting pushed right now? And get key goes, okay, which key are we talking about? So you go key code dot D, right? So key code checks and he goes, okay, which one? D? Okay. Now, how do you write then? You know, right? So right now we're saying if the D key is getting pressed. That's what this all means right here, right? We got that far. Then, how do you make then happen? Anything within these brackets right here is then. Then we want to move the rigid body to the right. So we want to take this rigid body, this thing right up here, and we will move it to the right. So dot velocity. Now you'll see on here that velocity is a vector 2. I can't really, oh, I can go over there. Awesome. So you see right there it says vector 2. That is what velocity is inside of a 2D rigid body, right? So when you're setting it, actually I should show you that too. You can also see on there where it says get and set. That means that you can get that information out of that rigid body class and you can set it as well. So if I say equals, that means I'm setting into this new vector 2 because it has to be a vector 2 and we didn't make one for it already, right? Then you got to remember it's always XY, right? So horizontal and vertical. This is all about speed too. So if we have a positive number inside this this first number right here, he is moving to the right. If you have a negative number, he's moving to the left. And if we and then for the second one, if you have a positive number, he's going up, and if you have a negative number, he's going down. The gravity system in this game, the reason why the character falls at first is because he actually has a negative velocity there. It's actually on that rigid body. He has a negative number there. It changes it. All right, so if this is happening, we're going to put 5 and 0, okay? And then to show that you've ended a line, you have to put a semicolon there. That sentence is over. That's like the period, right? You see it over here and up here as well. That's all over. And then we just get rid of this because that doesn't make any sense in programming language. And then you save it. You go back over to Unity. You press the play button and he falls over. You move to the right. He moves to the left. Moves to the right. You see after you let go of the key, he keeps on moving. That's actually more the rigid body doing things, by the way. That's mass has a lot to do with how long that goes for. And then there's like linear drag. So 10, let's say. See how he stops a lot faster? It's more or less friction. Angular drag is, angular drag, so it's like from an angle of friction. But anyway, you can mess with this stuff and make different things happen. Now you'll notice something interesting happen if you just keep on going straight. Watch this. Whoa, he just keeps on flying straight. He's not falling, but you let go and all of a sudden he starts falling, right? Why is that happening? Well, if we unclick this, it's because we have 0 and 0 inside of here. So the gravity system's not really being active because we're continuously setting it to 0 on there. If we actually had this to like, 0.1, he'd actually float up a little bit when he's moving right, for instance, regardless of gravity. Oh, you see how it says double expression to type float? This thing takes in floats inside of here. It'll actually tell you that if you're inside of the vector too. And if you ever get this error, you have to put an F after it to tell the system that you're using this as a float, not as a double, because it just automatically assumes a double thing. It's really annoying, guys. But anyway, go back in here. Character falls, and you'll see he floats ever so slightly upwards, you would think. Okay, what's going on? It's gravity. Oh, gravity's stronger than it. That's what's going on. Oh, you notice how he twists it all around? Yeah, that's also a thing that can happen. So let's change this to like just 1. Doesn't hurt to have that F there. I don't know how fast gravity affects this character. I think it is actually at 1. There you go. So you see how he's floating upwards now noticeably? Woo! And we're twisting up. So now we got a flying fox. That's always fun. Only one day to become Star Fox. Over here, if you go down to where it says constraints, you can have freeze rotation put down on there. You want to hit that Z key, meaning that he doesn't twist around that Z axis. And you hit play this time. Where is he? Okay. You go upwards, and like you see I'm clipping right there, and like he would have like turned before on there, but now because this constraint's on there, just rotation constraint, he won't twist like he used to. He lands perfectly, so he just always stays upright, which is good because you don't want him barrel rolling his way through the world, unless that's what you're going for in your game. That's perfectly fine too. Now let's change this from 1F. We're having a problem right now where like gravity's not really having an effect. In order to fix that, you can just go velocity. That's why. It'd help if I spelled velocity right. There you go. So you see we go rigid body, dot velocity, just like we're going over here, and there's already a dot Y. There's a dot X and a dot Y. I mean, what's already in the vector 2's horizontal and what's already there in the Y speed. You can do this for both the left and the right movement. And now gravity will still have an effect. So even if I just move continuously right, he'll still kind of fall a little bit. Like he can kind of hang up against there and push against it a bit, but so we're good to go now. We have left and right movement. We've gotten to the point of simple input. What should we do next? Probably jumping. So we can start working on jumping, but I think I want to put that in a separate video, mostly because this is still pretty overwhelming, right? But don't worry, like I said before, we're going to start peeling it away. It's going to start getting easier and easier. Right now, just copy what I'm doing and just kind of try to figure out what's going on, and I'll challenge you as we go along to learn it. Let me know down in the comments below what your stick-ups are, whether or not you're able to pick it up and get going and all this, and how it's working, or whether you just like, hey, you can really just go faster. Just go through this. All right. Thank you very much. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye.